Alright, Chase Sicario with the Blue Futon here. Now this is going to be a little different. This is a movie I saw back in 2017, about the March-April time frame. And it is, I'm not going to do this anymore, it's going to be in that corner, Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado. Or when I saw it over a year ago, was Sicario 2. Now you know it's a sequel to Sicario, with Josh Brolin and Benicio del Toro. Now this is going to be a review of not the movie that's coming out June 29th, 2018. This is going to be a review of the very first cut of the movie that they showed to an audience without CGI, without taking the wires out, and the initial cut of what they're trying to make. So sit back and relax to watch or listen to my reaction to the first cut of Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado. Or I know they changed the title 5 times, so let's just go. So what I remember about the movie, this is going to be some spoilers, so it's going to be kind of a spoiler review because this is what I saw originally that might not even be in this new version. So this movie is basically almost right after the first one. Emily Blunt is out of the picture. And this one starts off with Mexicans, cartels are crossing the Mexican-US border, delivering drugs and everything like that. But the weird thing about this is it starts off where they're praying on rugs, kind of like in the Islamic world. So it was it started off where they were praying and all of a sudden it blows up. And so you're thinking, this is the first 10 minutes, you're thinking, oh snap. So they're going to actually bring the drugs in the Middle East mixed with Mexico crossing the border. So it's going to be kind of a multi-regional movie. So you're like, oh, cool. And it starts off strong. It starts off with basically saying there's no rules. We're starting a war with the cartel. And the way they're in Djibouti too. Josh Brolin is in Djibouti. They really don't explain that part. But anywho, so it was like blow up in Mexico, US border. A blow up in a supermarket actually, so it was like a suicide bomber, so it was really a mix of like Islamic terrorists with Mexican cartel. But the problem is, once the story actually goes along, they completely drop the Islamic terrorist part and just focus on the cartel war that the U.S. wants to make, because technically they are considering the cartel terrorists. So then the whole movie is about killing cartel leaders, and then Benicio del Toro's character finds the girl. Josh Brolin says, you need to kill the girl, she's part of the links. And of course, Benicio del Toro says, I'm not going to do it. And Josh Brolin basically says, okay, we're enemies now, and we're going to go against each other. So what I liked about the movie, like I said, what I remember, it started off strong, bring up the multi-regional drug issues into America. And I'm thinking, oh snap, they're actually bringing all this stuff, this Islamic terrorist cartels, into US is going to be awesome. Multi-dimensional. Well, it just fell flat. I don't remember, but it was Catherine Turner's, I think that's her name. She brings up a weird line in the movie that completely is like, blames someone else completely, and it completely just goes in another direction and it makes no sense. And then at the very end of the movie, Benicio del Toro gets kidnapped by the cartel. He's left for dead. He's not dead. And of course, we see in the scene the helicopters going after the old 4 expeditions, neon green, kills them all, and it kind of stops. From what I remember, of course, the girl lives, Josh Brolin lives, Benicio del Toro lives. But the movie as a whole fell completely flat. The first cut is. Of course, it's kind of cool watching the first cut where you see the green screens and they make the Mexican border, which is pretty funny. It's basically half of the entrance, if you want to call it, and the rest is green screen. Or when they're on a flight line, the new movies, they look pretty realistic with all the helicopters lined in a row. Shoot, even the cars going by are fake. It's basically just them on a road, and everything else is going to be CGI, including the helicopters. They showed the green helicopters rolling by. It's pretty interesting. Of course, a lot of this stuff wasn't CGI, especially the final expedition cutscene and other stuff. But like I said, this story was very sloppy in my opinion. I know the writer, I love his movie Wind River, one of the best movies of the last year, and I love Sicario, the first one. But this one, the story just didn't work. But like I said, I saw this movie over a year ago, so it might have changed. So like I said, this could be only reviewing the very first cut without CGI, with the green screen still involved, and when explosions happen, you see the wires on the people getting blown back. So Sicario, Day of the Soldado, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, first cut will receive a 1.5 out of 5 blue futons, which equals a 30%. I know that is extremely low to the first one, because the first movie, to me, that might be a perfect 5 out of 5 blue futon movie, 100% movie. This one fell so flat that it started off so strong, and it was a complete downhill spiral of making no sense whatsoever. The actual story itself was awful. the ending, it just baffled me on how such a strong movie turned into could be one of the worst sequels. No, Independence Day is. And I saw this with a friend, Jeremy Young, and he will concur that after the curtain drop, I'll call it black screen, there's no credits, there was a couple people clapping and other people were like, what the fuck did I just watch? Because they were just so baffled on how bad this experience was and how it made absolutely no sense. But I am going to give you the Rotten Tomato meter of what the final cut is. Alright, with Rotten Tomato, of course, 97% of people want to see it. Critics giving it 69%. And that's with 36 reviews right now on the 27th of June. But here's the critic consensus right now. Though less immersive than his predecessor, Sicario: Day of the Soldado succeeds as a stylish, dynamic thriller. Even its amoral Mashimu makes for grim viewing. I don't even know what that word means. I hate when they put those one words, so smart. I'm not that smart, so But anywho, overall, disappointing movie as a whole. I did like this scene in Djibouti with Josh Brolin. Pretty accurate with the Crocs and the actual conic housing, so it's kind of funny. But like I said, this is only a review of the first cut, which is at 30%. So I don't know if it's a better movie when I did it, I had a lot of comments saying the Islamic terrorism, Mexican cartel plot line or storyline was awful. You started off with it, then it just completely died after the first 20 minutes and went in another direction. And that was going to be a very strong story, but it went in a completely different direction. But like I said, first cut, I don't know what the final cut is, so this is Chase out with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this Blue Futon Utopia, you Blue Futonian. Thank you for watching, and ring that bell, because who knows what YouTube's going to do. But you know what? Have a great day, and don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Because you know what? If you do drugs and you actually get in bed with the drug lord, you might kill someone you're not supposed to, like Benicio del Toro's family, and Benicio del Toro knows you killed his family. He will basically kill everyone in your bloodline, and you have to watch, even probably babies. So, moral of the story, don't do drugs.